You want to know how a regular Tuesday in a sleepy Ohio town can turn into a story folks talk about for years? Let me back up a sec and set the scene because the truth is nobody at Lincoln High that fall ever thought the quiet new girl would change everything, least of all me. The first time Brad Thompson tried to scare me off, yeah, the same Brad who used to run that place like his own private kingdom, I could see in his eyes. He was sure I'd fold. But sometimes life's got its own plans. It started, as these things often do, over something stupid. Monday morning, I was just a face in the crowd, 16, new in town, trying to keep my head down and not mess up my first day for Mom's sake. She'd landed a job at the hospital, dragged us here from Detroit, and made me promise, just this once, to try being normal. So I played along, wore the plain jeans, tied my hair back, and answered the teachers in the softest voice I could muster. Nobody knew I'd spent 4 years sweating it out in a Detroit MMA gym, and I liked it that way. But trouble, well, trouble's like bad weather. Sometimes it finds you whether you're ready or not. Lunch came, and that's when Brad decided to make his move, swaggering over with his goons, Kyle and Jake, acting like they own the joint. You think you're better than us, Detroit? Kyle sneered, like just being from a city was a crime. I kept my cool, said I was just Emily didn't want trouble. But Brad had a system. Newbies pay $5 a day for protection. You know what I mean? Classic bully economics. I told him I'd think about it, though every fiber of my being wanted to put him on the floor right then and there. But I promised Mom, and a promise is a promise, at least for the first day. That night, I stared at the ceiling, replaying every second. In Detroit, I was respected because nobody pushed me around. Here, I was just a new girl with a target on her back. Tuesday came, and sure enough, Brad and his crew were waiting. Well, he said, all smug. I'm not paying you, I replied, and the hallway went dead quiet. Brad laughed, but it was that cold kind that makes you want to watch your back. The rest of the day, they made sure I felt it. Oops, Kyle grinned, grinding his shoe into my notebook. Jake shoved me into a wall hard. But the worst was lunch. Brad, backed by half the football team, walked right up, took my food, and dumped it in my lap. Soup, veggies, the whole mess, laughter all around, someone filming on their phone. He leaned in, real close, clean up after yourself. I could feel something inside me snapping, but I held it together, picked up my stuff, and walked out, didn't even give them the satisfaction of seeing me cry. In the bathroom, I tried to scrub out the stains, hands shaking, not from fear, but from the effort it took not to break my promise. I called Master Johnson, my old coach back in Detroit. He listened, then said, sometimes secrets can be dangerous. Don't let them cross the line. But don't lose your head, either. Protect yourself, that's your right. By the next day, I'd had enough. After school, I waited until Brad was alone in the parking lot. We need to talk, I told him, and you could see he thought I was bluffing. I laid it out, one-on-one, right here, right now. If he won, I'd pay double. If I won, he'd leave me alone and apologize in front of everyone. He laughed, said he'd been benching since he was 10, made fun of how small I was. But you could see him sizing me up, wondering why I looked so calm. We squared off in the lot, no crowd, just the two of us in the pale late afternoon light. He swung first, big haymaker. I slipped it, blocked with my forearm, and landed a left hook right where it counts, solar plexus. Brad went down hard, wheezing, face white. I knelt, looked him in the eye, and let him know, for years MMA, Michigan State junior champion. That was 1/10 of my strength. You try this again, you won't walk away so easy. He knew he'd lost, you could see it. I made him promise to leave me and anyone else alone, or next time, I wouldn't pull my punches. Next morning, the school buzzed. Brad Thompson, king of the hallways, apologized in front of everyone. No sarcasm, no fake bravado. Just a straight-up, I'm sorry, Emily. After that, something shifted. Brad and his crew didn't just stop hassling me, they stopped hassling anyone. And get this, they even started looking out for the little guys. But the real twist? A week later, Jessica Martin and a couple other girls came to me, eyes wide, voices shaky. Some guys from West Side keep bothering us at the bus stop. The teachers can't help. 5 against 4 with the wrong odds and fear you can taste. So that afternoon, I sat at the bus stop, pretending to read, waiting. Right on schedule, Travis, big guy, tattoo on his neck, showed up with his crew, trying to act tough. When he got grabby with Jessica, I stepped in. He called me names, threatened me, even tried to grab me, rookie mistake. One quick elbow, and his buddy was on the ground, gasping for air. Travis barked, "You out of your mind?" I told him he had 2 minutes to get lost. He swung at me, and I dropped him with a liver shot and a knee to the nose. 3 seconds. Fight over. "Who's next?" I asked. They scattered. The girls were in awe. "What if they come back?" Jessica whispered. "They won't," I said. People like that only understand one thing. That was the day things really started to change. Kids wanted to learn. Teachers noticed. Even the principal called me in, said maybe I should teach self-defense as an official program. I started classes after school, 20 kids the first week, more after. I taught them how to hold their hands, where to aim, when to run, but mostly how to stand tall. I told them, the best fight is the one you avoid. But if you got to fight, hit first, hit hard, finish quick. By the end of the month, bullying was down, confidence was up. For the first time, I didn't have to pretend. I could be me. But nothing in life goes unchallenged for long. Remember Travis, the bus stop bully? A few months later, he got arrested for attacking another girl. His dad was rich, hired lawyers, and tried to turn it around on me, blaming me for provoking him. Suddenly, I was all over the news. Some papers called me a hero. Others called me dangerous. The day of the trial, the courtroom was packed. Jessica and the other girls stood up for me, told the truth. I told the jury, strength isn't about hurting people. It's about knowing when to stop. The verdict, not guilty. The school cheered, my mom cried, and for the first time, I felt like I belonged. After that, life kept moving. Self-defense became part of the school curriculum. I became student council president, set up a peer court so nobody got punished, just heard, understood, given a chance to make things right. The school changed. Even Brad, the same Brad, turned it around, started helping out, planning to be a social worker. I guess we all get our second chances. And there were more challenges, angry parents, jealous kids, even grown-ups trying to test me. But every fight, every tough day just made me stronger. I learned that you can't run from who you are. You can only choose how you use your strength. By graduation, the school was different. Fewer bullies, more leaders. In my speech, I told everyone, don't hide who you are. Stand up, be strong, and reach out if you see someone struggling. Brad came up to me, said thanks not for the punch, but for showing him a better way. So, let me ask you, what would you have done? Should you hide your gifts to fit in, or use them to make a difference, even if it means standing out and taking the hits? I've made my choice, but I want to hear yours. Drop a comment, tell me where you draw the line between fitting in and fighting back, between strength and kindness. Because you know what? The world doesn't need more bystanders. It needs more folks willing to take that first step.